Jacob,
Yep.
what's the topic?
There's no topic.
Yeah, wait, there is. We chose one.
We chose one. There's a chosen one.
It was patience.
Nope.
Run through the next one. What's the next one?
Topic was
We ended up saying we're gonna save some of those, and then we're gonna pick another one.
expectations versus reality.
It's kind of the same thing.
Kind of is dream versus reality.
Change the reality. That's good.
Okay, so if you're tuning in on the video, you already know what
Yo,
we're
thank you for
talking
watching. We always say thank you when it records. We don't want to say thank you until that point. We want to say thank you right now. If you're watching
Yeah,
YouTube, thank you
facts.
very much. Thank you very
Facts,
much for coming and
facts.
watching us ugly
And-
mother effers.
And if you're watching the YouTube, because this is actually not, we haven't even started actually recording it.
You're just
Alright,
gonna
bro.
drop it as hard as you can, Jacob?
If you are watching the YouTube,
Are we recording?
subscribe.
Like,
Yes, bro. We said we were live.
I saw that green button.
like,
That's all I was
subscribe, screenshot, post,
Yeah.
share, tell your friend, tell your friend's friend.
Tell your
wondering. Tell
mom.
your friend's hot friend that
And then
probably
tell your
never heard
friend's
about
mom.
us.
Tell your friend's mom.
And
too.
if she has a hot friend too, tell your friend's hot
okay,
mom.
okay. All right, let's get into it.
Yeah.
All right.
What, bro?
No, but thank you very much. And
Yeah,
I
much
hope-
appreciated.
we try our best for content.
We do, you know, but the cute ones stay, the ugly ones go.
We
I mean,
definitely try our best for content.
Yeah.
And I think we got something for you. I got a couple things in the tug.
You got some. You got some.
Yeah,
shit.
yo, y'all about to see some crazy
I got some
stuff today.
personal
Stay
things.
tuned. We're gonna have some wild stuff popping off.
If you watch the YouTube, then you're seeing. I hope people
Yeah.
just fast forward
Taking drugs on live.
because it's like the freaking creation of stupidness.
Estúpido.
See,
All right.
see what I mean?
Are you guys ready to get I'm gonna say get lit.
Let's get lit.
You guys
Yo,
ready to get lit?
I got 2 drinks this time, so I'm not gonna be drinking on an empty cup the whole time. If you didn't know, last episode I was done with my drink before the episode started. So just count how many times I drank out of that cup that
Oh.
episode. That's an empty cup.
Oh, I did want to actually. You know what? Doesn't apply to you guys. So whatever. It's all good. We're ready to get lit.
Let's go. Let's get lit.
Yeah, you lit like some tits.
All right. Let's go ahead and unmute it up, and then we'll jump back in. Welcome to Pocket Watch Podcast. I'm Zach.
Cruz.
Jake.
No more guests.
That's it,
Another
bro.
one.
We trying.
We going back to back with no guests. But it's all good. We got some stuff in the tuck for y'all. So definitely stay tuned for that. We got some heat coming your way.
Some
hopefully
big
soon.
guests. Some good guests.
Yeah, hopefully we got some heat coming. So stay tuned. We got what is it? The next 2 weeks, 3 weeks booked out.
Yeah.
Guest?
Yeah, for sure. Maybe honestly 4 weeks, depending if
In a
everything
month
works.
from now, we got
Yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio jumping on this too. So
We-
stay tuned.
Yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio gonna come on. So stay tuned. Imagine we ain't that popular.
Bro, this is the pod now.
Alright.
I'm just playing. He is coming.
Anywho, thank you guys for tuning in with us
Yes,
for another
sir.
week. We do appreciate you guys. I don't know if you guys seen on the last episode, but we are actually dropping. We can actually drop questions like Q&A and shit like that. Jacob, you keep slamming that cup. I'm gonna smash you in the head with that. Anyways, it's
It's a
called like
smash.
it's a Smirnoff Ice Smash. It's gonna smash you in the head. I'm gonna do like that guy in the 7-Eleven. Anywho, I don't know if you guys seen, but we can drop like questions and like suggestions like that below. So if you on Spotify, you can actually scroll down and you can actually choose and answer questions and stuff like that and interact with us. So I'm gonna drop something on every single episode that we drop from now on out because it's a new feature. So feel free to go ahead and make comments, make topics like that. It's like it's different things. You'll see what we got. But yeah, we do appreciate the continuous support.
Support.
Continuous port.
We do appreciate the continuous sport of podcasting too, because it's a sport.
The continuous support. We do appreciate it. Coming back every single week and tuning to us. If you guys have been here from the day one, like always, you guys are appreciated. More than you guys know. But yeah.
Bet.
If you guys haven't already, like, follow, subscribe. Whatever your platform you're on, if you're on YouTube, turn on notifications. I can't speak today.
Notifications.
bro?
Turn on
What's that?
notifications.
Let me see some notifications though.
I'm about to do some edit on this video side because I keep messing this up. But
No, don't edit.
anyway,
We don't edit.
Anywho, no, I'm not gonna cut it out. I'm gonna make fun of me. I'll have to find a way to make fun of me. Anywho, let's go ahead and get jumped into it for the weekly failure and success.
Weekly success, weekly failure. I'll start first.
Wiki?
Wiki. We'll do wiki
Yo,
success.
we can't talk today, bro.
Yeah. All right. So, weekly failure. I'll start. I've been not dealing with. Wait, we're doing juju. Okay. I've been focusing a lot on. Okay, my failure. Let me start there.
Okay,
There we go.
My failure.
Repeat.
I've been finding myself like constantly putting myself in like situations where it's like happy and it's good, and I haven't been like putting myself through like rigorous things. Like I've been exercising, right? So that's one of my success. I've been exercising, but it kind of made me like. You ever find yourself like always choosing the easy option a little bit, like here and there, like, or you get on a streak of like I don't know. I've been doing that a lot recently, and I just kind of started figuring it out this week. Like, yo, you've been not like purposefully not putting yourself in harder situations, or like you've been purposefully planning out time to where you're not putting a lot of time into like say homework, or you're not putting a lot of time into working out, or like you're planning stuff out where you're doing like 30 minutes, and then like most of your time is like relaxing and like watching TV and stuff like that. And I feel like I've been doing that for a little bit and too long. So, and it made me realize like when good times do come, I don't enjoy it as much, right? Like even podcast nights, right? Like we chill, it's a whole vibe. Like we grill, we talking, whatever.
Yeah.
And like if my life is constantly like the easy path throughout the week, I don't appreciate these nights as much. And I realize that. Or if I'm just chilling and having a good time, I don't appreciate it as much. It's kind of like you can't enjoy the sunny days if you don't have any rainy days, you know?
Facts.
But that's like a fact of life. Like people like working out sometimes because it's like a constant, anyways. It's like a constant like battle and work through. So where whenever like you do go home and you relax on the couch, it's like 10 times better than if you did nothing, you know?
Yeah.
So then my success this week would be working out. I think I hit like a nice little stride that I haven't hit in a long time. Like whenever I said like, yo, my success is working out, whatever, it's been like jogging and a little bit of this here or there. But now it's like I've been hitting the gym for like 3 days this week, which is really nothing. But it's a momentum build.
Yeah.
Hey, 3 days is good, man. If you can get 3 days started, that's a good way to get started.
Yeah.
Because at the beginning, you're gonna be sore, you're gonna be tired and shit like that. So that's what it is.
That really
All right, what about you? What about Jakey Poo?
All right, so my weekly failure success. My failure would be my stress. I let my stress get the best of me. Sorry about that, I hit the table.
Sorry, man, the table is table again.
My stress got the best of me, I would say a couple days out this week. And, you know, those... feel like when you let it get the best of you, you start to make irrational decisions. You start to, you know, lash out on people you shouldn't be lashing out on and stuff like that. So,
I feel like that's 2 weeks in a row, bro.
What?
Because I remember that was my failure, and then I remember y'all kind of had the same failure a little bit, give or take. It was like a little bit of uncontrollable emotions.
Yeah.
That's like 2 weeks in a row you're hitting it. You lashing out, huh?
Well, not lashing out, no. Because the thing about me, at least I apologize for anything that, you know, I know how to take accountability. That's no, seriously. Like,
Yeah.
When you
I'm
start an
sorry.
argument with somebody, if it's your fault, you got to be like, all right, man, yeah, I messed
It's
up.
better than
You know?
nothing
It's
for
better
sure.
than nothing.
Yeah.
But, I mean, with everything going on right now, it's a stressful time. So I have a lot of stress on my plate. At the same time, I can't use it as an excuse.
Yeah.
So that's why it's a failure, because I'm using it as an excuse and I can't. That's dead.
Ain't that some BS though? Because some people don't even have that, and then they're still able to do things, and you just can't even. They can't have. Never mind.
Yeah. And then my success would be I got a lot more done with my real estate. You know, finally got my Facebook page. I'm learning how to customize, you know, actual like designs and stuff, trying to really get into that whole deep marketing aspect of it all. I've understand, you know, like I customize my landing page. I've basically done almost everything I can do on the touching. I bought my marketing materials, all the BS. I got everything.
Yeah.
So I feel that's a success and a step forward. And then from next week, you know, I got a couple more challenges to reach for that. And then by the week after that, it's hands-on.
Yeah.
Straight hands-on, you know?
Hell yeah.
So that's my success because I'm actually putting a shit ton of work into it.
Hell yeah.
Let's get it. So my weekly success was actually no. I'll go to my failure first. So my failure is that kind of like the ending of last week, and then like kind of like the weekend and the beginning of this week. I was kind of trying to figure out the word I want to use. I'm thinking. Give me a second, guys. I'm trying to think of the word. I was pretty much like I was plateauing with my weight. So like over the last couple weeks, I have actually gained a pound. Well, not now, but like previously, starting like Monday, I had actually gained a pound, and I was getting like stressed because I've still been eating clean. I've been executing my workouts, everything like that, and I had gained a pound. But I was kind of like plateauing, but I was just too busy looking at the scale, and I was letting it kind of mess with my mind, mess with my head a little bit. But then I had like looked at a picture that I took like a week before that, and I realized that like I'm seeing results in my body, but like the scale's not changing, and I was kind of like letting this scale affect me, and I was letting it get in my head. So that's definitely my failure because it was messing with me a lot. Because I'm
how much,
here.
bro? We never even been documented. Like, how much weight have you lost?
I'm like
Since
right
you've
now.
been hitting
If you
it.
be specific, I've lost like 43 pounds since like
But
May,
hit that
since, like,
applause,
mid-May.
bro.
By plateauing,
Let me
like,
see. You deserve it, baby.
Yeah.
oh yeah. But like by plateauing, I mean, aren't you building muscle too? Maybe that could be muscle as well. That's
Well,
why it's harder for you to lose.
Yeah,
it.
that's what it was. That's when I looked at my pictures. I could see that my body had changed a lot in the last week and a half, but the scale wasn't. The scale increased a pound actually, but that's because I'm building muscle. I'm losing fat, and sometimes there's gonna be moments where I'm building more muscle than I'm building fat. It's just gonna be the reality of it. But
We're getting swole.
yeah, but like it was kind of messing my mind. But instead of like taking it the wrong way, I actually took it as like motivation. So then I took that. It was kind of leading to my success for the week. I took that failure, like where I was kind of like put myself in a hole mentally. I took that and I let it fire me up and motivate me to actually kind of get more into it. Like I was eating clean, but like I've been eating like fruit, veggies, and meat. So what I've been doing is I started cutting out my fruit just to cut back on the sugars and the extra carbs. And then I started focusing more on just veggies and meat, and then like more clean meat. Trying to stay away from more fatty red meat and sticking more to like chicken, turkey breast, lean meat. You know. So
Yep.
I've already cut down a couple pounds this week on the scale from whenever that happened, just because I kind of turned up my thing a little bit. But it was definitely it's definitely been a little bit challenging just because I've already been eating clean. This has kind of been what I've been used to, but now I'm kind of like getting more into it. So I'm eating more blander food. So it's kind of like Cruz made some hot dogs before we started doing our podcast, and he toasted some buns on the grill. Yo, I wanted to eat one of those buns so bad, bro. I wanted
The best buns.
I wanted to eat your buns, Chris. But no, for real though, like I was like, ooh, carbs, because like right now I'm trying to stay below like net, like less than 20 net carbs a day, basically. So it's been tough, bro.
That's definitely, it's important too. Like two things you touched on is like if you're just looking at the weight and you're working out, that's kind of rough, because if you're doing like at my job as Imogen, they do like the full body
Analysis
thing, and then it shows you like how your muscle mass is growing versus your fat and stuff. So it's definitely important to look at the overall effect.
Yeah, and that's like another thing. Like back in the day, I had access. Like a few years ago when I was working out, I had access to that. I would do it like once every 3 months or so, and it was great for me to see that. But I don't have access to that now. I got like a little $15 scale from Amazon or whatever, and it says it reads that. But I've noticed that like the more fat I lose, the more it goes. But when I gain that 1 pound, it said that I gained I gained fat percentage, but like I guess it's not accurate. It's just like a little thing that you step on with your little feet.
I never understood how those things work. Like even the one at my job, like literally you grab these two little pressure points on the outside and you're standing on a scale.
Yeah.
And it literally tells you so much.
Yeah, the one I was talking about was because they had it at Valencia, because I did like the workout program at Valencia, and there's like a little thing you hold in your hand and you squeeze it as hard as you can, and you like it like reads. I don't know how it works either, but
I remember telling her too, like the owner of it or whatever, like, so this is like the cheap one, right? You know, and she was like, actually, no, this is like one of the best ones there is right now, but unless you get in the water. Or
yeah, I was gonna say there's one that you get in the water that's supposed to be like the best of the best though. I had talked about doing that. It's not that expensive either. Yeah, it'd be cool to see like a before and after type thing.
Yep. So all right, let's get into the relevant topic. I got a couple things I want to get off this episode, and this is one.
So let it off.
So I just want to talk about it. So Facebook, what else? Instagram, a couple things went down this week, right?
WhatsApp, Instagram.
Last week, because we're dropping Monday. So last week, Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, a lot of those places went down, right?
It was a Facebook server.
The Facebook server.
Yeah, so I guess Facebook owns Instagram and WhatsApp. I guess.
Does anybody know why? Did anybody find out why?
Yeah,
there's a couple of different conspiracies, but
honestly,
nobody officially said.
Right. What's the conspiracy?
It's because of aliens.
It's because of aliens.
I saw another thing where some lady put out, she knew like all these files or some shit about Facebook that was promoting some. I don't.
Yeah. So what the biggest? It was just kind of like a coincidence, I guess you could say, or a correlation of some type. But literally the day before, a whistleblower
That was it. Okay.
went on a news channel and did like a, I don't know what to call it, kind of like not like an interview, but like an open session where you can like sit down and talk with it, like a news company or whatever. And she had like said like there was like a bunch of like they had like a black market for like slave trading and stuff like that
On Facebook.
on Facebook. Yeah,
They
and then,
might,
like,
shit.
and then child trading and stuff like that. So like there was like it was embedded inside of it, whatever. But who knows? Like I said, people.
I heard domain maintenance, like
Yeah.
the domain network maintenance or something like that.
So
like,
then like another thing I had heard about was that somebody said that they were being kind of like blackmailed essentially. But like what it was is that like some hackers took over Facebook and said, hey, if you want to get your Facebook back,
Imagine that.
you got to pay us some money, and it was like held like ransom. But
shout out to Josh, that guy, his Instagram.
yeah,
hacked.
yo, facts. Just like Josh, this man, Chris Stan's brother, this man got his Instagram hacked. And he wrote the person that like hacked his Instagram.
That person DM'd me too.
Yeah.
Like sent me the post, and I was like, oh snap, is she the same person that hacked your Facebook or your Instagram?
Because Chris thought it was you that wrote him.
No, I mean I literally was trying to make fun of the hacker. Yeah. But anyways, go ahead.
But yeah, so like supposedly they were saying that it was like a ransom type of thing, like, oh, we holding the Facebook server hostage, and then once you pay us X amount of money, we'll do it. But stemming off of that a little bit is kind of crazy because I don't know if you guys heard, but supposedly Zuckerberg lost $7 billion in net worth because of that shutdown.
Yeah.
That's
That's
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah, but that thing doesn't touch him. I mean, that even barely affects.
The thing but doesn't that that's like he's one of those billionaires where it's like assessed value, right? Like so he's worth that much because Facebook has that assessed value.
Yeah.
His bank account didn't get touched. You know what I mean? But
No,
like
no.
Well, it depends on how much
it doesn't
shares he
hurt.
owns.
It
Well, I
hurts.
mean-
I'm sure he cared.
I'm sure in a sense it did get touched because I'm sure he owns a lot of fucking.
Oh, yeah.
He owns a lot of shares for
yeah,
Facebook,
yeah.
Instagram,
Like,
WhatsApp,
for
all that.
instance, like when Tesla took a hit, like I'm talking about millions, almost $1 billion hit in the stock market. Elon Musk didn't bat an eye. He was like, "Yo, okay," and then they get all the money.
Especially
back.
with something like that.
You know, like
It's like
come back up.
He
it's
knows
going back up.
yeah,
It's Facebook.
exactly.
Unless we all get off of Facebook today, man,
Yeah.
he's guaranteed
Which
money.
that makes me think too is like so like he's a billionaire, right? He lost $7 billion because Facebook just went down, right? So like the assessed value of the stock went down, right?
Yeah.
So then you know you were recording. So he's like you did it at me. Anyways, and we have our own sound effect. But so like he lost $7 billion because of the assessed value of Facebook, right? So it makes me think like, and I don't think it really touches his bank account or anything like that, but it makes me think, oh damn, I wonder of those billionaires who has the most in their bank account. You know what I mean? Like who really got that money?
To be honest, bro, one thing I will say is I think that Zuckerberg is up there just because. Have you ever seen?
He
his
probably does.
Have you ever seen his lifestyle?
Nah,
cheap as fuck.
Bro, that guy does not care about.
That's another
that guy
thing,
don't care about-
spending.
That care about
Yeah.
gray
Gray
show
shirt
at all.
like fucking
Mm-hmm.
I would probably say the person that has the most in the bank account though is probably Bezos.
Bezos. I
yeah.
put Bezos
Because he has like he splurges a little bit, but like he has so much that is his life.
I was thinking like I mean in the United States obviously, but I was just thinking, yo, imagine how much like those oil people have.
Nah, not
because
more than Musk.
it's not about assessed value with them. It's like a transaction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like or like if their value wherever their net worth is, it's also the assets they own. It's not necessarily the shares. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
but one's limited to just a certain, I guess, category, while one is limited to the whole world. Like when Amazon, for instance, it's the whole world.
yeah, but
Everyone's buying.
I bet you a big part of Bezos's net worth is the stock value of Amazon.
Oh, of course.
You know what I mean?
no,
And that's the
actually, no,
highest
I
stock
don't
value right now.
believe
One
that.
of, you know what I mean? That's $2,000 stock or some shit like that.
Funny thing is, they don't really. I feel like they really don't care. They know when it's gonna go down.
No.
They pull out when it's gonna go down. They pull
we're
back
talking
in when it's
about
gonna go up.
Billionaires.
Yeah.
It doesn't. I was just thinking
Apples
about
to
it.
oranges.
But one thing I was really thinking about, because there was a day, right? There was a moment that nobody could use Instagram, nobody could use Facebook and stuff like that, right? And it made me start thinking like, dang, bro. Because I don't really have a social media, right? The only social media I have is for the podcast. So now I'm kind of getting into it. I'm kind of liking it and stuff like that, you know. But that moment, that day really made me think like, what did people do before this, right? And it just made me think about the impact of social media. Like it made me think of like, dang, bro, there's people that are making money
Yeah.
out here because social media gives them their own platform,
Yeah.
right? Like Trench Family. Take Trench Family for one, right? Without social media, they need to be able to get on a TV network or they need to get on a radio station or something like that. And it's nothing close to what TikTok is or YouTube or anything like that, right?
Yeah.
And then, because the first thing was obviously, I'm thinking of myself.
Oh, no.
No.
But yeah, you know, thinking of yourself.
Yeah. So at first I was just thinking about us, thinking about the podcast. Like, dang, we can't
Yeah.
post what we were trying to post. We can't promote this or that.
Sorry, my phone's going off with this damn. Need you to shoot me off.
You don't want the headphone?
But yeah, so
Okay, so at first I was thinking like, dang, like as a podcast, we can't post this, we can't
Yeah.
post that. But then it made me think like, oh, yo, there's people actually getting money out here. I wonder if it's hurting them a little bit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, one day don't really hurt too much, but like, I was also thinking, what if somebody like a food truck and their main thing is
Well,
like dropping where they're at? You know what I mean?
To be honest, like, of course, like, it's definitely different for them, but like, it even affected us because like, it was funny. Like, talk about coincidence. I literally went to go post a post, and it's like I click post, it clicked load, and it's like upload failed. I'm like, what the hell? So I clicked it again, like upload failed. I'm like, man, what's going on with my internet, bro? Clicked it again, upload failed. I'm like, man, what's going on with my internet? Turn off my Wi-Fi. Upload failed. I'm like, what the heck is going on? I was like, yo, what's going on? It was like literally that moment that it shut down. I tried to upload. our
For
post.
me, it was like my DMs kept refreshing, right? So like somebody DM'd us and then I responded or you responded. I forgot what happened, but then like every time I checked, it was like it kept going up, and I was like, oh, something's off. Something ain't right. And then here and there, people could get their stories off where it's like, stop fucking around Instagram. You know what I mean? Or something like that. And those were funny too. Like, I guess Twitter was still open.
Yeah, I think Twitter, TikTok was still good.
That was funny. That was great. You could see all like the social media managers hustling, like getting on Twitter, like trying to like make it like a story, you know, even more so. It was great. It was great. But another thing it showed me, right? So it showed me the impact of social media. So now like I have another respect for it. I'm not gonna lie, because it definitely helps us, you know what I mean? But it helps
Big tool.
it helps so many people, and I didn't even realize, to be honest, until it was taken away from people for like a minute. The other thing though that I realized, and I kind of noticed this just getting back onto just getting onto social media, period. But like, I was definitely relieved a little bit, right? So like, no social media, right? It was kind of like the weekend, you know, like how you could take time off on the weekend because, you know, everybody's kind of taking time off, like here and there, like work, you know? And it was kind of like, oh, I don't got to worry about promoting or nothing like that because nobody can do nothing right now, you know?
Yeah.
And it kind of relieves some anxiety, you know? So it definitely showed me like how social media could bring some anxiety, like, because you're just seeing everybody in their highlights, you know what I mean? And not only that,
or their fake highlights.
And not only that, like if like, you know how you get like a high in the week, or like, you know, like you get that like, I could take the fucking world over right now, you know?
Yeah.
The people that post a lot during the week are feeling that, you know what I mean? Or like, cause they're not posting like that 24/7, but like whenever you are watching stories or you are checking posts and stuff like that, it's always the people that are feeling that way. Like we do the same thing, right? I mean, it's three of us, so it's different. So it's 3 different highs you could catch throughout the week. But like
technically two,
but then just you and Jacob. But then but then also like you're only, you know, like you see when somebody's ready to take over the world, you know what I mean? And it's just constantly putting that pressure, which I don't mind, but it also shows like, all right, damn, this does bring me some type of anxiety. Like
of course.
whether you accept it or not, social media brings you a little bit of anxiety, like a little bit of competitiveness, anxiety, which is maybe healthy, you know what I mean? But at a certain point, it shows you like, oh wow, it's a good point. You know, it makes me realize that you gotta make it a point to disconnect at some point, you know?
Honestly, for me, I've never really caught like anxiety like that from social media, to be honest. Cause like when I scroll through and I don't really follow a lot of celebrities and shit like that. I've never really been into that whole thing, but like this guy, Jacob, like, and like when I see people like I know that are doing good, bro, I get so excited and so hyped for them.
Yeah.
To be honest, I'm like, yo, that person's doing that. That shit's lit, bro. Let's go.
Yep.
So like, I don't really catch like anxiety from it. I will say though, like I say that, but then like I guess I could say like on the backside for the argument against myself would be like when I saw like other people get into the podcast world, I was like, okay, we gotta step our stuff up.
well, it keeps you aware of what's going on.
Yeah, facts. So I guess to a certain degree, I guess it does, but maybe I don't. Maybe I'm not aware of it. Maybe.
I mean, to me, I agree with what you were saying because like there are like not an addiction. Like, I don't really care. Like he said, I like that people are doing good and stuff. I don't care about that. It's the fact that I can't get on. Like so, like I'll get on it. And it's like almost subliminal. So it's not like say you are aware. It's like you just be on it. You get off, go to the kitchen, you come back, and then you jump back on it.
Yeah.
For no reason. But you're back on it, just scrolling through. And the times I realized I've been the happiest was on vacation because I realized on vacation,
you don't give a fuck.
I'm never on my phone. I'm usually in the mountains or somewhere, so I can't be on the phone. I'm never on my phone. My phone legit is in the room or like in the car for the whole day. And I'm like, yo, I feel so disconnected and so like...
It gives you a relief.
Well, it's different. It's like a different feeling, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel like I'm wrapped up. Like I legit live my life. Like I live it throughout the day.
Yeah.
I feel like that's hard for people because we're so addicted to the phone. We're so addicted to social media that we're just like... Without you even knowing, you'll be on Facebook, get off of it for 2 seconds, and you're right back on it in another 2 seconds. So we're scrolling back.
It definitely made me think back because I've never had it. Like I've had it here and there, like in high school, but like since then I haven't. So it's like it made me think, dang, what was my mindset before I was jumping on this? And bro, I'm not gonna lie, it has drastically changed. So like my failure this week, right, of like constantly putting myself in good situations, which you should constantly put yourself in good situations. But when I mean like the easiest path, like I'm constantly either scrolling on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok now that we have one. So now I'm just looking at the feed and shit and then constantly like doing things like that. And I'm not going to lie, what fed into it is seeing like, I don't know what it is. It's just having social media around, like seeing people constantly doing good or like you're always watching somebody like at a nice restaurant or something like that. Like it makes you seem like, yo, I need to constantly be in this good place. I need to constantly be consuming and you know, like we need to grill like really good, like every time. Like and then if I'm not grilling, then I want to, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like that rest, that time of rest. Like that time of like you're in the kitchen waiting for something to cook and I'm not on social media. I'm just sitting there with myself and just, you know, chilling and processing. Yeah. But instead I'm like this. And then it makes me go into this other thing where there's no like, it's not like I'm not working out. Like there's no resistance. I keep putting myself in the situation of less resistance. Yeah. And I do feel like it's a little bit of a product of me being on social media that I'm constantly putting myself in those little scenes and situations. Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, it makes me want to pull back a little bit. Like, and I've been saying this a little bit. I feel like I've been starting to think about it like over the past couple of weeks, but definitely want to get on, do what I got to do, and get the fuck off. Because the other thing I feel like it's been doing for me is my attention span, and I think that's a big one too. So like, I used to be able to put like, not used to, like I still do, but it used to be easy for me to put like 3-4 hours into something, right? Yeah. And now I'm finding myself like struggle putting 2 hours into something. Like I feel like I gotta do this, I gotta do that, and part of it is because like my attention span is starting to shorten up. You know, like I like to make the excuse like, no, I'm just wanting to try a bunch of different things, but it's not the case. I've always wanted to try a bunch of different things, but I've always been really good at just saying drop everything around me exactly and just go for like half a day or whatever. Yeah. But now I'm like, I don't know. I just think it's like slightly has tilted my mindset, and I don't know. Like I gotta try to get that shit back because I think that hinders you a little bit. You know?
No, I can definitely feel like I definitely realized that I used to spend a lot of time, especially when the episode when we had Jonathan on. I had like right before that I had like looked into like my usage time on the correct terminology.
Yeah,
like,
right.
I saw how much time that I was actually on social media, and it was kind of mind-boggling, to be honest. And he put me onto that little tip with the limit. Yep. So I have that limit on there, and but you know what? I've found myself that every single day I have to turn that limit off for Instagram.
Can't fight it.
No, it's not that I have to fight. It's just that I work from it, bro.
Yeah,
gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like if I have to I have to post things on the podcast website, on the podcast thing. I have to try to interact. I have to make sure I'm doing
that's
stuff.
a little different though. Honestly, I feel like
but even still, like it opens.
It should be though. It should be different. That's my point.
I feel like it's different in the sense that you're doing your business stuff, so it's not as in like you're searching through content. You're just.
But you end up doing that though.
But you end up doing that at the end of it.
That's what I was getting at, you know.
Gotcha.
And then that's
me. Like I don't have shit, and I just be like,
I have my
content.
I have my Facebook locked up too. Snapchat. I have literally everything.
Your Facebook's locked up?
Well, I have my Facebook.
Oh, you
locked
purposely locked it up.
Locked it up,
Okay. I was about
yeah.
to say, why are they doing that to you?
No. I have it locked up because like during certain times of the day, and then like I have it like that, and it does good because like sometimes I'll look at it like, oh, you're not supposed to be on it, but then there's like moments that like for example like let's say if I have an appointment, I have everything prepped, I'm getting everything ready, I got like 30 minutes, I'll be like, fuck it, let me just go on Facebook for 30 minutes. Which I don't think that's an issue, like if I have the time for it, but I think what happens is if I have things I need to get done and then I'm not, and I'm like, you know what I mean? That's when I think the issue comes into play. But I can definitely say there was a couple times throughout the day I force a habit. I said it during the episode with Jonathan is that I have a force of habit of unlocking my phone and just like flicking to Facebook. It's like almost like a force of habit. Like,
Me too.
I do it without even thinking.
I'm there right
Like,
now,
flick,
bro.
flick. I'm like, whoa, how do I even get on there?
Me too.
And I learned that now because I have like the time limit. I'll flick it open and I'll be like,
Bro, it's a problem, bro.
Yeah.
It's a problem. Like to the point where I notice now, and I'm happy that I never had it until now because I got this clear understanding of like, yo, now, like if I even catch a minute at work where I'm like in between something, I'm flicking through my phone.
yeah.
And then that turns into 20, 30 minutes. And I'm like, yo,
Real quick.
yo, you just wasted like, what's 30 minutes of an 8-hour shift? You know what I mean? Like you just wasted a nice, whatever, 1/8, 10th, whatever the fuck it is. You know what I mean? Like of your whole shift doing nothing. Like you're just
what's
looking.
Crazy? What's crazy is that whenever I go to the app that's locked, whenever I open it, it says ignore for 1 minute, ignore for 15 minutes, or ignore for the entire day. Right? Those are my options.
Yeah.
And I usually click ignore. Like if I'm doing like a little thing, I'll click ignore for 15 minutes. I'll be going through and then like pop up and be like, time's up. I'll be like, damn, I did 15 minutes, but I feel like I was on here for like 3-4 minutes, bro.
Yeah.
But that 15 minutes just went by.
Yeah.
And it makes you think like sometimes like,
It's mindless. It's a mindless activity, bro.
And it's unproductive unless you're actually, like you said, working from it or something like that.
Yeah,
then it's like unproductive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's needed, right? Like just like like when we started this relevant topic, like the first thing I thought about is how important it is and the impact of it, right? But then I just want to finish that up with like also I had
Majority
this
of
little
people.
sense of a relief. You know what I mean? Because and the one thing that I realized, and it's literally my favorite one, but TikTok, I think with the whole attention span,
Oh hell yeah!
I think TikTok fucks with your attention span like
It's the way
crazy,
it's set
bro.
up, it's
it's
the
just
way it looks.
feed me in 30 seconds. Feed me in 30 seconds. Feed me in 30
To
seconds.
be honest, bro, I get anxiety. TikTok gives me anxiety.
Bro, it does.
The reason why it gives me anxiety is because it's the same exact
Video.
things.
Yeah,
bro.
right. Like using
It's
the same song.
Same songs. Bro, same songs.
Same women going up
same-
there, like-
same everything. And it's like same song, 30,000 people doing it.
Yeah.
Probably even 30 million people doing it.
Yeah.
And I hate that. I wish there was like a way for me to be like, I don't want to see this song anymore. And like there's like ones that's like the ones that drive me the worst, that drive me the crazy the worst, are the ones that are like, play this song in reverse. Like, bro, I'm not playing this song. Flick.
Yeah, but
Or-
some
or
of them
the-
are really good though.
I'm not doing it.
Some of them are really good.
I'm not gonna sit there and. First of all, I don't know how to do all that.
But it's not good. It's not good.
I don't do anything.
Things I broke away from it. I used to be on that shit, like I said, for like consistently.
Do it, yeah.
And then I stopped, and now I haven't been on it for like the last week.
I'm getting ready to stop. But there's this guy that does like FBI scene, like not FBI scenes, but he like puts the FBI song like the do, and he runs into the mirror and he says like, he goes, I just realized that condoms kill their future customers and I forgot what it was, but like, wait, no, cigarettes kill their current customers and condoms kill their future customers. And it's like, yo, like certain things, like nothing's ever on fire. Fire's just on things. You know what I mean? Like he just does anyways.
Yeah,
but
funny.
it just be killing my attention span.
Yeah.
Because I just like, I find myself watching a 30-second video, right? Think about this if you're listening, right? If you don't think it messes with your attention span, tell me yes or no in your head. If
I might be able to make it a question at the bottom too.
yeah, do it. If you're watching, have you ever, while watching a 30-second video, found yourself like anxious for the end? Like, all right, get to the point. Like, fam, you're watching a 30-second video. Like, relax. Like, this whole video is a 30-second video.
I feel that for the ones because like I don't know if you know, but like on Facebook, you have to have at least 3 minutes on your video to be monetized.
Oh, okay.
And it's like a group of people, and they literally make videos 3 minutes and 1 second, 3 minutes and 2 seconds, 3 minutes and 3 seconds, and they do a bunch of stupid stuff. I'm just like, bro,
Just get to the point.
I literally just go 3 minutes.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what. Okay, you want me to wait 3 minutes for that? Thank
Yeah.
God I didn't wait.
But that's why I also think on the other side is that's why podcasts are good.
Yeah.
I've always listened to podcasts, and I'm happy I did because it kind of gave me that same mindless activity, but it was more of a long thought or like a
Yeah.
long conversation or something like that.
A good thing too about podcasts is that I mean, some of them provide substance, not all of them. You can listen to like storytelling ones, but the thing is that you can do that while doing other things because it's
Right. You're not stopping.
It's an audio aspect
Yeah.
versus like, and like there's sometimes that like I'll be doing like I watch videos in the sense of like informational type of videos for that. So I like to learn stuff. I like to watch videos about learning things, like cool facts and shit like that. So I'll watch stuff like that, and I'll put it in the shower, and I'm literally showering, and I'll let it just play,
Yes.
and I'll listen to an audio.
Oh, podcast in the shower for me?
Yeah, exactly. That's
so
what I'm saying. So like I like audio type of things, and like even like for me that's what kind of like what my thing is. So like I think that
Yeah.
podcast is kind of like a different spectrum,
Yeah.
just because of the fact that like it's not pulling you visually away. You know what I mean?
Yep. No, yeah, you could take a shower, you could drive, you could mow the lawn, do whatever
Exactly.
you want while you're
could be
listening to
you
a
could be
podcast.
productive
Yeah.
while being productive,
Listening
learning
to
something.
Exactly. So it's a nice way to keep mindless while you're doing something,
Yeah.
right? It's almost better than TV, like watching
Yeah.
mindless TV or something
But
like that.
It kind of leads into the thing of like how important to have it is to have silence
And nothing,
and nothing, and like that's something that's like really really important.
bro.
And something I've been trying to do more of is trying to like in like evolve my silence with nature. kind of.
Yeah.
So like I've been taking my dog out on walks, and then like I'll go somewhere like kind of quiet. So I like to sit, there's like a little park bench by. It's actually funny because where I live at we have something called the reflection pond. That's what the call of it is. And
Okay.
I know, right?
Sit there and reflect.
but it actually works out good because there's like water fountains like that. But I'll
Yeah.
literally sit there, and I'll just like zone out, and I'll kind of like meditate. By just sitting by that pond, my dog will be out chasing lizards and squirrels,
I think
and I'll be just sitting there. But until I hear like some loud,
Yo.
yang, 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 some Honda boy come flying around the corner, so I'm like, damn it.
that's the truth too, bro. Because they say like even people going through breakups, whatever it is, it's like
Yeah.
I say take it beyond that. You want to find out what problems you have internally? Sit by yourself
In
in
silence.
silence
Yeah,
for a little bit.
I want to so bad. Sorry.
No, you're good.
I was gonna say I want to so bad like go somewhere like far away from civilization because when I do my nature stuff now, I'm with civilization and I hear cars driving by.
And it fucks
I
you
hear,
up.
I hear a bunch of stuff and I want to be out like in the middle of nature and just hear the trees whistling.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
I
as
want to
fuck.
hear like the birds chirping and just sit there and like
Yeah.
zone out and because I think about that and just like
But I think
wanna
just
try.
not like I think this like just to add. Go ahead, Jacob. Go ahead.
No, because I feel like because
We just keep
no,
going.
it's all good.
You need to interrupt us though. It's your
I
fault.
mean, I like to interrupt you. I like to let y'all get through it.
Put it on the table.
I feel like
Put it
like
all
you
on
were
the table.
saying, the relaxation, the listening to all that. But I feel like the real thing it comes down to. I mean, and it's actually it could be a question. What is the purpose of life? Like if I was to ask you right now, if I was to ask you this question, what is the purpose of life or your life? What is the purpose of your life?
That's deep.
that's like a whole podcast episode, bro.
What is
This whole
success?
podcast, right?
That's like
No,
a whole,
but
that's a whole
what?
podcast
What's your
episode.
point with that though?
Because at the end of the day, if you don't know that purpose, if you're chasing that purpose, you're gonna always be influenced by what you see on social media. You're not gonna know what true happiness
That's true.
is. You're not gonna be able to really determine who you are as a person if you're chasing a fake purpose.
That's
what I
true.
mean by fake purpose is, we always think we need to have money. We always think we need to have clothes, cars, success. But in reality, this
Yeah.
is your only life.
If you
get.
kind of know your
That
purpose,
actually
then it
kinda
keeps you comfortable
That
in
actually
your
kind of
skin.
stems into our topic for today, dreams versus reality.
That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Because we never really got into
So let's
it.
get into it.
So I
Where
was
we
trying
at?
to put
Oh
that
yeah,
into
we
the
good.
mix.
Yeah,
Let's
we
get
good.
into it. So our topic. No, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Beautiful transition.
Because I do think too, like if
I'm gonna give you that.
yo, we didn't believe in you, Jacob.
Come on, dog.
We're like,
something.
what do
No,
you gotta-
but that
what
was
you gotta
deep.
say, Jacob?
You hit
What do
me
gotta
deep.
say? Yeah.
You hit me with the left, and I was like, no, but it's true. Like, all right, if you know your purpose in life, then those anything outside of your
Yeah.
purpose doesn't phase you as much, right?
No.
But and that kind of goes. So
Ooh,
we
I got
want
a-
to
I got
go
a
into.
story.
Yeah.
Okay, so we want to go into the topic, and then if you can stem it into, go ahead, do your thing. But so what we want to do is, you saw that reflex. So watch the YouTube if you hear like, yo, what the hell is going on? Just watch the YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, see, that's how you pull people into you. So we're gonna talk about dreams versus reality, right? So like, kind of like why we felt like Jacob had a good transition is all right, you know your dream, right? You know your ultimate goal in life, right? That's your dream. Whatever your dream is, like for us, you could say being big podcasters, or like we have our own individual dreams outside of our group dream. Like for me, like maybe director of operations or something like that, right? Like that's a dream for me, right?
Yeah.
But then a lot of people will focus on their dream, right? And that's why I think it's great what you say, because you're totally consumed with your dream and you're on social media, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all you're doing is looking at people that are doing your dream, right? Or your purpose in life, right? And it's just making you feel away, and you feel like, I gotta do this and that.
Yeah.
And then you start forgetting about your own personal reality in this, right? So like a good example of that is like all of us do our own respective work outside of this and get money, right? And that helps fund our dream. You know what I mean? Like we're not forgetting about reality. Like none of us are quitting our job, and then there's like a pro and con, right? There's a fine line with that. But none of us are quitting our job to do this podcast. You know what I mean? Like our current reality is helping fund this dream of a podcast, right? Like everything you see right now, if you're watching the YouTube, is due to what we do outside of it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And Yo, Zach is throwing shade at Jacob any chance he gets.
No, you just didn't see what happened behind you. It's hilarious. It's all good. Don't worry about it.
But I think behind me,
it's all good. I'll tell you later.
But I think that's an important thing to do. And whatever it is, right? Like you want to make music, like yo, focus on your reality, work on that, do good on that. But then understand like a lot of people that did music lived in a car for a minute, you know, and they were working at a grocery store or something like that, because that's what they had to do to fund this and this and that. And I think that's really important. And I don't think you should be discouraged from it. You know what I mean? Like I think you should be almost rewarded. Like, okay, look, you're doing your 9 to 5, but then those other 5 to 6 hours of your day or whatever, you're working on your dream. You know what I mean? And I think not working on your dream could be a hindrance, right? Like constantly focusing on reality and never working on your dream, you know what I mean, is a problem. But then on the other hand, like Jacob quit his job to kind of focus on a dream. So there's a fine line where it's like, you know, but then the reality of it is, what did you do? You know what I mean? Like you put your feet on the ground, you know what I mean? You didn't just say, let me just pass the test and everything's gonna be okay. No. You know what I mean? But that's why I think I respect it. I respect what you did, because letting go of that reality and then totally going into the dream, you know, like that shit takes balls, bro. Like it's not easy, you know what I mean? And sometimes if you ever want to live in your dream, you got to do that at some point, you know? Yeah. But you also probably were able to do that because you've been focused on your reality for so long, right? Like you must have saved up a lot of money. Sure. Right? So maybe from the outside looking in, I'm like, Jacob just totally quit and this and that, you know? But really it's nah.
Really, I've been waiting for this. Yeah.
Saving your ass off, exactly. You know? Right. And I just wanted to talk about that. I wanted to get that off because I feel like that's something that we don't talk about a lot or focus on a lot, or like the reality part of the situation maybe look down on, you know what I mean? When it's like, look, man, you know?
Yeah. No, but no, for real, because I think everybody has like a dream, and sometimes I feel like everybody has an unrealistic dream and a realistic dream. You know what I mean? Like, and I
MLK.
think huh?
I'm just playing.
What'd you say?
I said MLK, Martin Luther King.
Oh yeah,
it's just playing.
But no, I feel like everybody has like, I feel like everybody has like that far shot goal, like that dream that they really, really like, not really hope for, but it's like in the back of their head, it kind of plays out like, I wish this would be cool if this happens. You know what I mean? Yeah. But like they know that actually like, they know that it's not really feasible. Mm-hmm. In a sense, it's not attainable, which I guess people could be like, anything's attainable, but come on, like sometimes things are far-fetched, you know what I mean? Yeah. Mm-hmm. But and then like there's other things, but I always tell people like, you can really do anything that you put your mind to. You just have to be able to fight for it, you know what I mean? And then the reality of the moment is just like, what's today? Because your dream could be in the future, and that's a possibility that it could be. But you have to focus on what is right now and put the time in for what it is right now.
Facts. Yeah, no, that's true. And the reason why I was even saying that question, is because I watched this movie on Disney Channel.
What is it?
It's called it's a Disney
Hannah
movie.
Montana.
It sounds stupid. No, it's called Soul with Jamie Foxx.
Okay, Jamie Foxx.
And I usually don't watch Disney movies, but I watched this one with my girl, and it was like, it was very thought provoking. It was like what they were speaking about was very deep, because it's like, everybody in this world always feels like we are chasing an ultimate purpose.
Yeah.
You know, ultimate purpose, and we get lost in that without realizing, like, legit, this is your one life. Like, this is the only cruise there'll ever be in this world.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
What truly makes Cruz happy? Because at the end of the day, that ain't gonna be what makes Zach happy, because Zach's his own person. And what it was showing in those movies is because the guy, he was a ghost and he loved music. He wanted to be this big musician, and he was always trying to be this big musician. But once he got to it, he wasn't even happy being that musician. He was chasing a goal his whole life. In the end,
what he thought he
his
should
reality,
want,
he wasn't happy.
Yeah,
In
man.
the end, that wasn't his purpose. And our purpose is to be happy.
That's a fact,
Whichever
bro.
way you find it. So that's why I asked that question, because sometimes you chase the fake expectations of success and lavish lifestyles, and at the end, as you can see, Robert Williams, all these other people, they commit suicide, because that's not the ultimate goal to your purpose in life. That's not the ultimate goal to your happiness. At the end of the day, that's something that you
That's
find
true,
out.
man. Like, to what you're saying, I would definitely say, as far as dreams versus reality, make sure you know your purpose and what you want. I mean, that might be the hardest thing to find out, right? Like, I'm talking about the perspective of somebody that thinks they already know their dream or something like that. But also, don't let like the outside people or outside expectations or something deter what you think your dream should be, right? Like I went through a situation where I thought I wanted to be a CPA, right? And that could still be a goal of mine eventually, but that was definitely a dream, and I definitely kind of had a realization maybe that's not what I want.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, but
That's true.
it's
That's true.
It's definitely like
It wouldn't have brought you happiness.
make
right?
your
Being a
dream what you
CPA.
think it is. And it's like what or a podcast. What the hell is your
Like-
dream for a podcast? You know what I mean? Like, what's your problem, bro? Like, what did you do all this for? You know,
Exactly.
like it's like, nah, I want to do this.
Because would
know?
you have been happy being a CPA, honestly? Or would you have done it for the money?
Exactly. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the
no,
ultimate-
and don't get me wrong, I would have been happy, right? Like I would have been
You
happy.
with the money or the actual
I would have been
job?
happy, but I probably happier, maybe doing something else,
You
right?
would have been truly happy doing
Right.
CPA work.
Yeah, I
Truly?
could have been happy.
That's good then.
I could have been
No,
happy
it's
because at the
honestly
end of the day, some of that stuff is just work is work.
As long as you're happy,
You know
that's
what I
what
mean?
matters at the end
But
of the day.
I think I could definitely hit a higher forte. Like I could reach a higher potential. I believe doing something else.
yes.
You know what I mean? Like doing something where more of my skills can be applicable. You know what I mean? But and you could take that to whatever, you know, however you want or whatever. But I definitely did feel like that initial dream was because of my reactions. Oh yeah, I just got my degree in this.
Okay.
Oh, bet. So you're gonna do that, right? And it's like,
Yeah.
yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that.
course.
And I tried it. You know what I mean? And
Expectation.
I'm gonna keep working towards it. You know, eventually. But that actually brings me to talking about dreams and reality, right? All throughout my undergrad, I worked in a warehouse, right?
Yeah.
And I always used to think like, man, like I'm so jealous of these kids. Like, and also like I understand that there's people jealous of me that I got to work part-time. You know what I mean? Not everybody gets to work part-time, you know? But I remember thinking, damn, I'm so jealous of these kids because I used to go to UCF and see all these kids that lived in a dorm, worked fucking night shifts only, you know, like did like Forever 21 or bartends, which is fine. And if you could do that, yo, shout out to you because you have a chance to do way more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I used to always envy it. I used to always be like, damn, like I'm so jealous of the people that get to just do school and finish in 4 years or finish early. You know what I mean? Like, cause it took me 6-7 years to finish my bachelor degree. You know, I didn't get it done in 4 years. But fun fact, I just want to let y'all know. So like I just had my interview for my master's program on Thursday, right?
Ooh.
And it was a group interview. So there's 4 other applicants on there, right? So I'm at work, this and that, I'm getting set up for it. And literally like as they were asking questions, because one of the requirements for the master's program is a certain amount of years of experience. And I just hit that, right? But professionally, I just hit that. But I've been working at Zymogen for 9 years. You know what I mean? So like I was able to take those questions and pull from all that time in the warehouse doing inventory and stuff like that. And I remember thinking in the middle of the interview, like, yo, I killed this shit and I just shitted on everybody else in this interview because of that time I did.
Yeah.
Right? Like while I was working on that
grunt work.
reality.
Yeah.
Like grunt work.
You
Grunt
kinda
work.
built it up. You
Yeah,
knew
so they're like
exactly.
talking about like, oh, tell me a time you problem solved, right? So they're talking about how they're dealing with like a parent or they're dealing with like a teacher
You're talking about the
or
company.
or a friend. I'm talking about like, oh, when we had like a freight or a vendor or something like that came in, or more so maybe my current job, like dealing with different, types of personalities or whatever. I just could tell there was different things, and then they would ask a question like, oh, why do you think you could do this? Because you're gonna be working and going to school and this and that. And be like, well, to be honest, I've always worked and went to school, so I know I could do this. I just know it's gonna be at a different level. Just certain things, man. And it just made me think like, yo, focusing on that reality actually made my dream even more of a possibility.
Yeah, easier to retain too.
Way easier for yourself.
And I wanted to get that off because I felt like, man, that was like a long time coming.
You're happy
know
for
what I mean?
yourself. You built it up.
Yeah. It was a long time coming. Don't get me wrong. It helps me in my current job too. And I always thought about that. I'm like, yo, a lot of these accountants just went to school and then went into the department. It's like, yo, if you're looking at inventory levels and stuff like that, like I could look at those numbers and I could make pictures with them. You know what I mean? Like I could tell you like, oh yeah, well, when was the end of year? When did we do cycle counts? When, you know what I mean? Check expiration dates and shit like that, whatever.
Yeah.
But
No, I had a kind of the similar one too, just because like I used to always, because I went to school for a while. I'm actually a college dropout, technically, and I went to college for a while, and I used to envy the kids that would come in, and when you first get to class, like, oh, introduce yourself, blah blah. It's like, oh, my name's so and so. What do you do? I go to school. You don't work, bro?
yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh no, my dad pays for everything. They're driving a fucking Porsche or a fucking
Which
Lexus.
is nothing
whatever.
against that.
No, of
Nothing
course.
against
If you got that, then you got that. But like, I used to be like, bro, that's so messed up. Like, I'm over here, I can't even get free school.
Yeah.
I don't even qualify for FAFSA funding.
Me
I
neither.
had to get like,
Yeah, I got FAFSA.
I had offers for like,
But free.
I don't know, unsubsidized or subsidized. I don't remember the difference. But I had the one where the interest was accruing while you're in school.
I think it's unsubsidized.
I don't remember which one it was, but I didn't even qualify for the one that the interest didn't accrue. I had to get the one that interest did accrue. But like, I remember thinking that the whole time. But then I ended up, because of that moment that I went through, the struggle, like of me having to pay for school and everything like that, it forced me to try to like drive myself entrepreneur side, because I always had to figure out, like, I was always trying to think of like, yo, how can I make the most money in the littlest time possible?
Yeah.
And that's where my mind was at. And that kind of like what drove me entrepreneur wise, is because like, let's be honest, there's no other way to make the best way to make the most money with as little time as possible, with as little skill as possible, is entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You're doing it for yourself.
Yeah. And that kind of pushed me that way. And that's kind of like what pushed me down the entrepreneur road. And I feel like I'm in a better position than where I was probably going to even be going.
Right.
For like my career wise, I don't have the same stability just because I work for myself, but like the opportunities are endless versus like a normal, what I was planning on going for, like your opportunities. I mean, there were branches of it, but like, they weren't guarantees, and it was a lot to get through, you know what I mean? And versus now, and I hear a lot of people that like work 9 to 5s and like they earn that type of world, and they're like, oh man, I wish I could work for myself. And it's like,
bro, I hate hearing that too, because like I'm getting ready to drop some bread on this master's program, and then like, and it's like, yeah, I could take this route, and there's a chance I could do this, but then like I'm just trying to hire my percentages off. That's all.
No, but I mean, I agree with you saying, because like he was saying, like, back in college, I have 2 rich friends. Like when I say rich friends, like
You went to school in Miami.
Yeah, one motherfucker has a whole beach house front in Puerto Rico. His dad makes crazy money. The other guy has a whole travel company out in Spain. Crazy money. Always telling me to come out to Spain and hang out with him, and like lives in Brickell and shit. And I'm just like, and they were my friends. They were cool. It's funny. I'm the poor guy. They're the rich guy. You know. And I had a job in college. I worked every after I got out of class, I was at work. Yeah. Every day, all day, until at like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, and then I had my fun. So it was like, I would go to work and I'd just see these motherfuckers enjoying life.
Not worrying about nothing,
and just enjoying life. And I used to get a little envious, a little jealous, but then I also realized too to myself, I was like, yo, if I wasn't like this, my drive and my passion wouldn't be so strong as it is now. Yeah, it took me a while to start what I wanted to do, but as you can see, I said, fuck it. I went straight into what I wanted to do. Yeah. I'm going to risk it all, because I've been throughout life just playing a slow route, working the money, like being envious of, like, not envious, but more so wishing I could be like that, realizing like in reality, like you said, like you got to take it. I mean, you got to take initiative, and that I feel like I'm appreciative of, because it built me to see the slime and the grime, and to be like, you know what? Do you really want that? I mean, I used to work at Moe's back in freaking high school. I mean, I was freaking 15 years old. I would go to football practice.
Working in high school,
I would leave after football practice 30 minutes early. I would run to my car, jump in my car, go to Moe's on Lake Buena Vista. I would put soap and wash myself with a soap bar and a rag. And then I would go to work till 9, 10 o'clock at night, drive home, and do it all again the next day.
Bro, I was working in middle school. Y'all remember the pizza shop, bro?
Yeah.
I was slaving away for pennies, bro, basically, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But that definitely instills a different type of drive and stuff like that.
Facts.
But I don't want to make it seem like we're putting down anybody that didn't have to go through that. Because I think most people don't have to. You know what I mean?
If you
Bro, ideally, if you don't have to go through that, that's fucking phenomenal.
That's amazing. You better say great.
I think a lot of people that don't have to go through that also get caught in that little trap of constantly focusing about the dream, not really focusing on the reality, right? Like another good example would be John, right? Like I always tell John, like, yo, try to like pick up like little business tactics or like try to learn from any of your friends or anything that's like opening up studios or something like that, right? Because your dream is to be a superstar, right? Like you're Beyonce, right? But if you work on your reality, then maybe you find, you know, a middle, you find like a middle ground on that dream, you know. But then there is the argument, like if you focus on your reality at all, then you're not gonna, you know what I mean? Like you won't ever reach your dream. And that's why I think it was like big what Jacob did too, like quitting his job and shit to focus on like real estate and stuff like that. Like, yo, that was going for the dream. You know what I mean? And I think that's dope as fuck. Because there is a point where you let go of one and you're like, this is it. This is my new reality. Yeah. You know? And it's definitely a fine line. But I just want to talk about it because I think it's not the reality part of that doesn't get highlighted enough. Yeah. Yeah. And I think we do it. You know what I mean? Like we all got our goals and dreams, you know? But every day we work on our now.
Like I just want to make sure people know like the reality of it, and that's why it's called reality. It's because it's hard. It's not like we make it sound all easy through the microphone, and people on videos too make it sound easy because they don't really highlight these stressful situations, especially like Zach, for instance. Zach doesn't tell you all the cons to running a business. He didn't tell you all the BS that he has to deal with. He just sits there and just, you know, tells you exactly what he needs to tell you, you know? So that's why it's not easy. Like, you know, me quitting it has added a lot of stress to my life. I'm not going to lie. It's stressful, but I'm you know, I'm doing what I got to do. And that, at the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do, you know?
Right. Yeah. The shit that goes on in the studio is fucking hilarious.
I wish this camera was like a 360 view. I'm trying to talk and everybody, topic, and I'm just like, yo.
The last 5 minutes deserves an Oscar because we just try to talk.
The fuck out of that.
And we get on topic. That's the funny part, but like, it was kind of hard.
Nobody knows what we're talking about. There's Kristan's brother has his daughter here, and they just started opening the window and breaking it all open, like right in our face. To like go pee because we got this stupid little backdrop now and it's covering the door.
Oh my god.
We're gonna rearrange this for the next episode.
We definitely have to.
We're taking this out.
It's like we learn, but we never really learn.
Break that bitch down. Kristan, we breaking it down.
Sorry. Kristan, we're saying the podcast for you. It's happening.
I'm just gonna do it and then just get screamed at.
Yeah, please.
Anyways, we'll push forward. No, but for real though, I know a lot of people who like they have the dream. I'm gonna go down to reality dream versus the reality area with like other perspective. I see a lot of people, they have the dream of wanting to be an entrepreneur. And I think people don't realize what all it entails, to be honest. Yeah. Because I see a lot of people that are like, for example, I've helped 13 people become a notary signing agent.
Right.
I only know of one person that's actually killing it. And I know a half person that's just now getting started doing pretty good with it.
Right.
The rest of them, bro, I don't know.
Right.
And the thing is, man, is that like that becomes into the reality of it because like your dream is to do something, but people have to realize when you work for yourself, it requires a lot. Yeah. It requires a lot to be able to be successful, to even be where I'm at. And I'm not even in like a super successful position where I'm at right now. Like where I'm at, I could easily triple where I'm at.
But you're making it good. Yeah.
I have a steady basis, and like, but what I'm pushing for right now is I'm pushing for the big leagues right now. That's what I've really been hustling for. But like to even get where I'm at requires so much, bro.
You gotta focus on the reality of it.
Exactly. The biggest thing is accountability.
Accountability is huge, but the thing is a lot of people, before you even come into accountability, people don't want it enough. Yeah. That's what the real thing is, because if you really wanted it, bro, you would put the work that you need to it. and at least the bare minimum, bro.
Yeah.
Like I know people, man, like.
If you don't got a job, you should at least put 8 hours a day. If you don't got a fucking job, it should be 8 hours every day dedicated to whatever the fuck you're doing.
Minimum. When you first started business, bro, it is more than a full-time job.
Yeah,
it's
that's minimum.
It's 2 full-time
But
jobs.
That's minimum.
I will also argue, like on the same, like within the realm of reality and dream, is like, all right, your dream is to be an entrepreneur, right? But let's say you got a house, let's say you got all these responsibilities, right? Maybe the reality of it.
I did it, bro.
Yeah, but like sometimes the reality is, all right, focus. You gotta work on your 9 to 5, right? But that means you gotta work harder afterwards if you want to be a real entrepreneur, right? If you want to get that business kicked off.
I did it though, bro. I was a server while starting my business,
right?
Bro.
Exactly.
You know, I worked for my long distance landscape business when I was getting that started. I worked at Nike, bro. I worked at Nike as a sales associate when I was starting that off. You know what I mean? I did it, bro. I've been down that road. I've had something on the side while I'm building something up, and I've done it. But I've gotten to the point now where like I'm able to create the stability of me not having to do that.
Right.
But I've been down that road, bro.
But it's twofold. That's what I'm saying. Like, so maybe at first it's like, all right, you got to focus on the 9 to 5 or that steady work. Not focus on it, but make sure you stay consistent with it enough to where you can keep it and still work on that dream.
Well, it depends.
And then once you're in it,
obviously it depends on the situation you're in. I mean, like for instance, for my situation, I saved up a lot. I just kept saving. I saved up $1,000 each check, and I was getting paid bi-weekly. I was saving almost $1,000 each check. You know, I was saving like a motherfucker for that reason. Because I knew I had a dream I wanted to obtain, and I knew that I couldn't have anything holding me back because it takes away from my time from being the best.
Yeah.
It does, you know, depending on your dreams and what you want to chase. But you're right, you have to kind of put yourself in a position where you could chase your dream. You can't just chase a dream sometimes without having the right kind of resources or things available to make it happen.
Yep.
Because there's a lot of money involved sometimes in these dreams, and if you can't even put the bare minimum and you can't even get your bills accounted for at least 7 to a year, then you gotta slow your roll a little bit just till you can do that.
Yep.
I would say at least make sure your bills are squared and your things are squared to 6 months to 1 year.
That's your reality.
You know
That's
what, though?
the reality.
I will say though, having those bills creeping up on you, bro. That right there is
It's hunger.
That's
hunger.
It's a motivator, bro. Because you know what? When you go clock in on 9 to 5, you know that every Friday,
And you're like this.
every other Friday, that check gonna hit. You know, every Friday, every other Friday, that check gonna hit. But if you ain't got that 9 to 5, bro, and you working for yourself, and that time starts creeping up, you're sitting there like, yo,
He's right though.
It's a little bit.
These bills ain't stopping, and this money ain't
makes you
coming like
hungrier.
it's supposed to, and that creates a type
Hungrier.
of fire in you, bro.
Yeah.
That I think will that moment when you go through that moment of when you're sitting there thinking like, damn, bro, okay, these bills are still coming. Work's been a little bit slow for me, bro. That fire that you start feeling inside of you really determines what type of person you are.
That's a fact.
Because when you go through that moment and when you're sitting here like, bro, these bills is coming, they throwing left and right hooks at me like nothing, and I'm over here like, hold on, I have to train for this, bro. I'm not even ready for this, bro. If you buckle down in that corner and just start taking those hits, bro, instead of standing up and start throwing some shit back, you gonna get KO'd, bro. And
I
that's
feel
the
like
biggest
I
thing.
mentioned this like a couple like Matt episodes before or whatever, but like, have you ever seen that scene in The Dark Knight where
Nope.
it's the
I
one with
never
Bane?
seen Dark Knight.
So it's The Dark Knight with Bane, and it's when Batman or whatever.
Yeah, it's not the Dark Knight, but yeah. I know
Okay,
what you're talking about.
so he gets it is. It's The Dark Knight.
Can't be the Dark Knight is with Keith Ledger and the Joker.
No, with Bane. So what was the one with Bane?
The one with Bane was another
The
one.
Dark
But I know what
fucking
you're
Knight,
talking
bro.
about. It's
Dark
Somebody
fucking Knight.
go ahead, Google it while I talk about it. So
Fact check that hoe.
This was the movie Dark Knight, the one with Bane. If you ever seen it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And you think Jacob's stupid, but it was when there's like this prison in a cave or whatever, right? And the only way to get out is to make a jump. So you could climb up the wall, right?
The Dark Knight Rises.
The Dark Knight Rises. Oh my God,
Wrong sequel.
that's true.
No,
Okay.
it really is because the 2008 was the Dark Knight. That was a Keith Ledger.
Okay.
2011 it was Dark Knight
Dark Knight
Rises
Rises.
with Bane. Sorry, keep
So
going.
Dark Knight Rises. So he gets into this jail, this prison where it's a cave, and the only way you could get out is for life. Once you're in there, you're in there for life. The only way you could get out is you climb up this wall, right? And once you climb up the wall, you have to make this jump. So you have this little platform. You gotta make this jump, and if you could make the jump and latch on to the end, then you could climb out of the hole.
Okay.
Right. So he does it like 3 times, but all 3 times he has a harness on his waist. Right. So all 3 times he jumps, couldn't get it. Boom, breaks his back. He has to rehab, work out. He tries again. Boom, can't. Breaks his back because of the harness. Works out, rehab. So then the last time he did it, he was like, you know what? You know what's holding me back is this freaking harness. Because I got a backup plan. You know what I mean? This is my backup plan.
Is it real?
This is the movie.
Oh, the
Dark
movie,
Knight Rises.
yeah.
So it's good though. It's real, bro. It's real because I feel like I had a situation like this when I failed a class and I was looking at another.
Similar, you know.
But it's like he's like, yo, let me take. If I take this harness off, and I go and I make that run and I make that jump, I'm doing it for my life. Because if I don't make this one, I'm dropping. Yeah. Right. So to your point with the build, like when that pressure does creep up, there is a point where it can push you or it should push you. You know what I mean? To a certain point where it is beneficial to not have a backup plan. And that scene, I think, like echoes what you were saying, you know, because he takes off that harness and he makes that run and he jumps further than he ever did because it's like, this is for my life. Like, if I don't make this, there's nothing that's going to, you know, hold me back. Really pumping. I'm smacking down on the bottom. So, and he ends up making the jump by that point and gets out. And it's like, damn, bro, apply that to whatever you're going through in life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because like, for like Jacob, like, pros and cons. Like he jumped into it, he had a chance to save, but like me, back when I got into my businesses, I didn't really have money saved up like that. But on his defense is that he has a house and everything like that. Yeah, I didn't really have bills stacked up like that at the time.
Right.
So like I had less to lose. Right. You know what I mean? So it was a lot different. But then I was also doing it dolo too, because like, you know, you have your girl, she works and everything like that too. So that definitely helps.
And it depends on perspective, right? Because you could argue.
Whoa, let's keep going.
Don't say it. Yeah, I'm saying we can only cut beginning and end, bro. Like whatever you got in between, whatever's in the sandwich is there, bro.
You talk. We're good.
But you could almost argue quitting your job is like taking the harness off, right? Whether you saved or not, like you're smart, right? You're focusing on reality. But like,
I'm not knocking it. That's smart.
Oh yeah. It just depends on the perspective, you know.
Exactly.
And I know a lot of people who, because I know a lot of people who do like, they start their business and they start building it up until they have a little bit of flowing. Yeah. And then they kind of, okay, I'm full time. Let's drop it down to part time. And they build up their business a little bit more. Okay, you know what? I got enough to sustain myself. Let me cut out. Yeah. And that's one of the great. That's one of the great things about what I do right now is that you can do it part time. And
bro.
You know, you can do it. You can do it after work, and we need people after work because like after everybody who's leaving work at night, they're doing refinances, bro.
Yeah, they jump onto your way,
and it's definitely going to limit you a lot. But like a lot of people, you could do what
that would actually be a nice little avenue.
Part time, just so I guess
be a good avenue, bro.
A lot of realtors do what I do. A lot of realtors
get your foot in the door.
Yeah, and it will give you a lot more knowledge because I'm dropping some shade. A lot of realtors think that they know what they're doing with the documents until the moment comes. As a matter of fact, boom, had a signing today. It was a lady who had COVID, right? She's a realtor. And she was like, "Oh, just give me the documents. I know the documents." I'm like, "All right." Give her the documents. She's going through them. I'm sitting at the window because we had like a little window. I had an N95 mask. We had gloves on. I'm sitting at a window watching her. She's going through it. And I went back through, bro. It was like every other document mistakes, bro. Oh, you missed a date here. Oh, you missed your initial here. Oh, you didn't even fucking fill this form out. You need to do all this all over again. It's like, oh my god, this is so much more in depth than I ever realized.
So yeah, shut up and let me do my job.
Exactly. she's like a realtor. She's like, oh, I've been on the phone. She's like, I've been a realtor for 15 years.
She's fucking stupid. Then I mean, no, but he's right though. He probably learned way more in depth.
The documents that you come across, you don't. Realtors aren't taught our documents.
Right.
Yeah, more deeper.
What's the point?
Our documents is the title documents. Yeah. And the lending documents. That's what loan officers and title officers learn.
Realtors, it's not about real estate.
Realtors I know, but realtors think because they sat in 1,000 closings in the last 15 years, they know all the documents.
But then to compound that, right? What if somebody just granted you everything you need to be a realtor? Like you have everything you need to be a realtor. You think you could get your foot in there a little easier with what you're doing right now?
I think it would add background information, but I don't know how to be a realtor. Same thing with him. It would add background information for him to be a realtor to do what I do, just because he understands like how everything works. But you don't know. I don't know.
So it wouldn't do nothing but extra cash. Then it wouldn't help him get a foot in the industry or anything like that.
No, actually, no.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying. What if somebody granted you everything you need to be a realtor? Do you think the people you know, the networking you have, due to the job you have, would it flourish in being a realtor?
Yeah, in this industry.
I think networking wise, yes, but like in terms of like actually knowledge wise of what to do.
Oh, okay.
Realtor,
yeah, no.
It's a little bit different. But
that's what I'm saying. Like, how much would that benefit Jacob?
It would benefit him a decent amount because he'll get ties within the real estate industry.
Yeah.
No, like title companies.
Networking, I'm not saying not to do it because that's a great idea. I'm just saying that,
you could do it, and I just wanted to touch base because he's a realtor. And I'm
Because
like,
honestly, I mean, eventually we can.
I have like a pet peeve with that. I see realtors like, oh, this is so easy. I'm like,
Zach wanted to just say, yo, motherfucker, just know this.
It's
Yeah.
not easy, but we can benefit each other. You know, we complement each other. So like, in the end, I mean, not now because I'm just starting off, but once I start getting into it, I mean, like you wrote to my cousin. Obviously, I'm gonna make sure she responds back, and he can at least like let you know what's up. Because
I didn't know that was your cousin.
That's my
but yeah.
cousin. That's actually my cousin. Yeah.
Who's that?
This I guess Jamila Montavo. She was my cousin. She's a loan somebody.
She works under a loan officer. She assists.
She works under a loan officer. She has mortgages
But
and stuff.
it's good. It's good for us. Like the best people for us to market to is title companies, because those are the people who hire us directly.
Right.
But if I get in with the loan officer, loan officers can tell a title company, because loan officers choose their title company for the most part. But the loan officer tells their title company, the title officer, whoever they use, like, hey, I want to use this guy. And so it's going to go down the chain of command. Same thing with the realtor. A realtor can say, hey, I want to use this guy. And the realtor tells the title company, and the title company says,
That's
hey.
why connections are, from my connections are important in the industry.
Yeah, it's
you know,
just-
I help you, you help me, we scratch each other's back.
Yeah, it's a lot different to go down that route. It's a lot harder to go down the realtor, loan officer route, but it's still a possibility. That's why whenever I saw her comment on his post, I was like, hey, I would love to
That's
meet
smart
with you
though.
and
No,
speak with you. That's how I am though, all day long.
It benefits everybody. At the end of the
Hell
day.
yeah.
And that's how I build my Rolodex, man, because like it's funny because like I'm pretty sure Dariana can vouch for it because she's actually in a lot of notary groups, and I'm in by that. I see people make posts all the time in groups, and I'm first one on there like, hey, you know, my name's Zachary. I'm a signing agent in Central Florida. I would love to be a part of your team. Hit me up.
Yeah.
And then as soon as they look up my name on like, there's like different profiles like Notary, Rotary, SigningAgent.com, there's SigningOrder.com. Those are like the big ones that people look at, bro. I got reviews out the Wahoo on there, bro. People
The Wahoo.
yeah, Wahoo, bro.
I
Some white
haven't
people
heard
shit.
that in a while.
Some white people shit. I got reviews like crazy from big title companies like, yo, this guy is great, bro. To my knowledge, I don't have any negatives because they probably would have said something to me, but to my knowledge, I have no negatives on reviews, and so as soon as people look at my account, bro, preferred. You're the top. You're top of our list in Central Florida right now. I haven't even done work for them, bro.
Right.
That's just based off of other things. You know what I mean?
So yeah, I'd be like, yeah.
That's a fact.
But y'all want to add anything else, or you want to
Nah.
cut it off?
Nah.
That's good, bro.
That's good.
That's perfect.
good money.
Perfect.
Good money.
So
That's an hour. We thought that was gonna be a short one.
Yeah.
Oh
facts. But
Jake's about to rip the back of this curtain off.
yeah. So
even though
hold
we
on.
got the window open.
Let me just do the.
You good? Do your thing, bro.
Let me just do the outro. So we do appreciate you guys. If you guys did stay to the end, go ahead and drop I'm gonna leave something below for you guys to comment on or something like that. If you guys are on Spotify, if you guys made it to the end, I want y'all to like put something extra in there. You know what? You know what I say we do, bro? I think it'll be dope. I'm gonna give whoever listens to the end, I'm gonna give $25 to a random person. So if you listen to the end, I'm gonna put a little box in the bottom. Go ahead and give me like a random word.
You got to be a witness.
What's a random word? Watermelon.
Watermelon. Okay, so
Yeah, watermelon.
I'm gonna put something in the bottom, and whoever listened, actually, you know what? I don't know if it's gonna tell me who listened. If you guys listen to the end, DM us on Instagram.
You'd be the only one saying watermelon to us.
at Pocket Watch Podcast. DM us and just say, hey, watermelon or whatever.
With the
And
Cash
then-
App.
Yeah, with your Cash App, whatever. And I'm gonna
So we
go
can
ahead.
scam you.
Facts.
No, I'm just
I'm gonna choose a random. I'm gonna choose a random person. I decided to support the people who listen to us. To the
Hell
end.
yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
I love that shit.
You're
bro.
right. I'm not gonna say anything to the beginning. Just drop it like
Yo,
that.
you
So-
should give him
Yeah.
$25, man. No, we giving that. We giving that, bro.
No, but we'll choose somebody. So if you listen to the end, definitely DM us
Yeah.
saying watermelon. Definitely give us a like, a subscribe, a follow,
Yeah.
whatever platform you're on. Turn notifications on if you can. If you're watching on YouTube, you can go ahead and drop it in the comment section. Just say watermelon in the comment section. Don't give no spoilers to people. Do not give no spoilers to people. And then somewhere around the bottom, follow, subscribe. And if we're at the end
Press
of it,
this button down here.
and if we're at the end of it, either one of the sides, I don't know if this is reversed. What's this one? Let me see.
It's either this button
Or
or
this one.
this button.
Yep.
But either way, I'm gonna put a little thing on the top that's gonna
Or
pop
up
up and
here.
say subscribe, something like that.
King.
So just
Click one.
beep it.
Click one.
Yep.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. So anything I want to add?
Nah, bro.
All right, Pocket Watch out.
Out.
Out.